Otoshi Monologues, my excuse to talk, rant, and embarrass myself in front of all of y'all. During my trip in Japan, I was lucky enough to make it to the Ghibli Museum, located in the one and only Mitaka, where I happen to be living. Lucky! So that's why I rewatched a lot of the Ghibli movies on the weekend of the typhoon, because junbi suru, gotta prepare yourself, you know? If I put as much effort into school as I did in watching those movies, I don't know, still probably wouldn't be any better at school. For those of you who live under a rock and don't know what the Ghibli movies are, it's a Japanese animation company led by Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata. They've been making classic movies such as My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and more that have dramatically influenced the lives of viewers worldwide since 1985. Getting tickets for this museum is not easy either. All the tickets for the month go on sale for $10 at 10 a.m. Japan time on the 10th of the previous month. So the tickets for October go on sale on September 10th. If you're in Japan for an extended period of time, you can purchase your tickets at Loppy ticket vending machines at participating lost and convenience stores. Or if you're like most tourists and won't be in Japan for over a month, you can buy tickets online by looking up Ghibli Museum tickets. Other than that, you can get special tickets if you're part of a tour group, but I believe you have to book those 3 months in advance. So overall, it's pretty difficult to get tickets, but if you're interested, I would definitely try to get them. I had class on September 10th at 10 a.m. when I tried to get tickets, so I tried online, but it took me over an hour and a half to get through the ordering process to get my tickets. It's a lot of waiting and watching the site crash over and over again, and then hoping that there are still tickets left when you finally get in. Eventually I did get through, but it's worth noting that when you order online, you have to give them a passport number, and that person serves as your group leader, and then you need to bring your passport with you to the museum so they can verify. Also, one person is allowed to buy at most 6 tickets, so if you're trying to go with a big group, which I wouldn't recommend anyway, you're gonna need at least 2 people reserving the tickets. Other thing, you need to make sure you bring a printed copy of your ticket order form, which is a whole other story in itself, because I had a very rough time with the school printers. Okay, let me tell you real quick how I was defeated by a printer, or I guess the school computer. I go to the library to print my Ghibli Museum tickets, and I used the school library to print one time before, and it was fine. Everything was fine. You just email yourself the document, and you just follow the instructions that the school gives you to pay and print your pages. This time though, I don't even know what happened. I almost shut down. First, I get to a set of computers. They're all PCs, by the way. No shade to PCs, but you know, like, Apple for life. And then just won't exit sleep mode. Now, someone's probably just gonna tell me that I was really stupid and it was user error, but I moved the mouse around and I pressed a whole bunch of different buttons, nothing was happening, screen never turned on. So I go downstairs to the next set of printers, and I sit down to go print. So I open up my Gmail and put in my university username and password, and then you know what happens? They ask me for a verification phone number. Also, this is all in Japanese, so I'm even more confused. And then I try my US phone number, but you know, I'm not using my US SIM card, so you know, like, it's not gonna work anyway. I'm never gonna get the code. So then I try my phone number linked to my Japanese SIM card, only for it to say not valid. And then I try one last time with my Japanese phone number, this time remembering to include the international extension. But then it tells me I have too many attempts and I have to come back in a couple hours. So then I go to my personal Gmail and realize that I can change all the instructions to English. So again, username and password, and again, it tells me, quote, "This device is not recognized. Please verify with your phone number to verify that it is you logging into this email." This time I couldn't try my international phone number because my account is already linked to my US phone number, so it wouldn't let me change it. And then they have an option that says other options, so I press it, only for it to tell me that there are no other options. And then there's another link that says, oh, don't have your phone right now, so I press it. And I thought they were gonna give me some actual other options. But it basically just said, oh ho ho ho, too bad, come back when you have access to your phone. So email's not an option, so I use my big brain. And I think, oh, USB. I can print if I put the file onto a USB. But since my laptop doesn't have a USB port on it, and I didn't have my converter with me, which I understand is my fault, the only thing I had was my iPhone to USB converter thing. So big brain, big brain. I was like, if I can get my file onto my phone, then I can use this thing and get the file onto this drive and then plug it into the computer and then print out my file and everything will be dandy, yay yay. Celebration. But then my plan was foiled again because my iDrive thing wasn't working. I'm not sure if the phone connector part was broken, but it wouldn't work when I needed it to. So I couldn't get my file on my USB. and I just packed up and stormed off to the dorms, thinking about how sad it is that I got defeated by this stupid printer. What did I learn from this experience? 1. Gmail is dumb. 2. PCs are whack. And 3. ICU printing sucks. Okay, just kidding. Real takeaways from this. 1. Being in another country with no cell service is getting increasingly more difficult as all the login places are demanding 2-factor authentication. 2. I need to carry my USB adapter with me at all times. And 3. If this is the angriest I've been in a while, it means my life is going pretty good right now. The next day I realized that you could just download the Google app onto your phone and use that to serve as your second form of authentication. So I was able to print my Ghibli Museum tickets, and all was good the end. I can be so dumb sometimes. Ugh. Now, back to the museum. The day we went to the museum, we stopped in Kichijoji for a nice lunch at a fat gyoza and ramen shop. And they got a special device to cook their gyoza. It was pretty cool. Man, their gyoza was insane though. It was so crispy and tender and juicy. And then they're also known for their ramen. So I got a kara negi ramen, spicy green onion. The ramen was I mean, pretty good, but nothing life-changing, you know? But that gyoza though, I would definitely get that again. And now finally off to the museum. Time to walk off that lunch. Ooh man, look at this Totoro sign. Oh, this is gonna be great. And here we go in line to get into the museum. Your ticket is actually a section of film from one of the movies. And when they handed this to me, I was like, yo, this in itself is worth the $10. You can't see what it is because it's so dark. And I got Howl's Moving Castle, which is my favorite Ghibli film. Wonderful. Now, you aren't allowed to film inside the museum, but outside the museum, looking in is okay. So instead, I have some iconic Ghibli movie scenes, poorly recreated by yours truly and the usual peeps. And first up we have Totoro Acorn Collecting Scene. Yay! Totoro Seed Sprouting Scene. Ponyo's bucket. Yeah, I only got a bucket. Sorry. Howl's Moving Castle. Sophie's Staircase Struggle. Secret Life of Arietti. Finding Arietti in the Grass. Spirited Away. Onigiri Scene. Howl's Moving Castle. Turnip Head Hoppin' Away. Totoro Bus Stop. This is a picture. You already saw this picture, but it fit. Spirited Away. No Face Giving Gold. Spirited Away. Bus Scene. Kiki's Delivery Service. Yeah, I don't know. It's a broom. It was fun. Wow, that was great. Now, a review of the museum. The main draw of the museum for me was the exclusive short film that they show only at this museum. They have around 10 short films on rotation, and each one is around 15 minutes. And the movie for our month was about this cute little water spider dude, and it was called Mizugumo Monmon. It's about this aquatic spider that keeps this air helmet around its head like an astronaut, but it lives underwater, and then it sees this water skater skating above on top of it, and the story is about their relationship. Very, very cute, and it's a silent film, so no subtitles needed. Dang, Miyazaki. You made me so invested in this little spider in such a short amount of time. I guess that's why you're the master. The rest of the museum is a whole bunch of art from the movies. with the storyboards, the painting process, and little exhibits showcasing pieces from the various films. All the windows are stained glass from various movies, but mainly Totoro and Kiki's Delivery Service. There's a really big cat bus for children to play in, and there's a mysterious staircase leading to one of the big robots from Castle in the Sky waiting for you on the roof, along with the mysterious black cube thingy, also from the movie. And then we have another outside section with these windows full of soot sprites, and this random pumping fountain that was a little underwhelming. A random persimmon tree, and a big Totoro stuck behind the glass. So, seeing that I was decked out in my Totoro apparel, I had to take a picture. Exploring the museum took around 2 hours, but there's also a cafe and a soft serve / hot dog place, so if you eat there you could spend upwards of 3 hours in the museum. Got some grape and milk soft serve swirl. And before the grape haters chime in, the Japanese grape flavor is completely different than the artificial medicine grape flavor. Japanese grape flavor is so good. It's the same flavor profile as a grape haichu, or I guess any grape candy in Japan. And then we stopped by the gift shop so I could pick up lots and lots of souvenirs. And with that, my day at the Ghibli Museum ended. But the Ghibli kept following us. On the crosswalk before entering campus, someone left this plushie sitting on the walk button. Man, Ghibli is closing in on us. Soon no one will be able to escape its influence. I think the museum may have been a little more magical than Disneyland for me. I love the Ghibli franchise so much, and going to the museum really is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So sorry Disney, this may be my new happiest place on earth. If I had more time in Japan, I would definitely go back, just because the short film would be different, and I would get another ticket stub. And this brings me to an end of this Otoshi monologue. Thanks for coming along and experiencing my experience of trying to get tickets and going to the Ghibli Museum. I hope my horrible reenactments of the scenes gave you the slightest bit of joy. And if they did, I consider it a job well done. I hope y'all have a fantastic day or night, and I'll talk to y'all next time I do something interesting. Mata next time! That have dramatically influenced the lives of viewers since 1965. 85. Since 1985. And it was called Mizu Goo 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 Goo. Ugh.